What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about the most important WNBA player of all time. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment, tell anyone about the show. Try and get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, today we're going to talk about the most important WNBA player of all time. Have a discussion at minimum. Let's not make it law, right? Because it's subjective end of the day. Matter of fact, to even start off the conversation, hell, I use AI just to figure out what's a good listing. I have my own myself, but I just wanted to see what day it was, and then I can break it on down. So there were a couple people, but again, there are a lot of people to talk about. There are some wonderful ladies in the all-time listing of the WNBA. But here's the thing, though. The name that I got, the name that was given to me, Lisa Leslie. Lisa Leslie was considered the most important WNBA player of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as a Sparks fan, I ain't mad at that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not mad at that answer. And to be honest, she was on my listing too. And if you don't know, well, we will talk about it a little bit. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that was the answer. And I can't be too mad. But there are some other ladies that at least got to get some consideration, right? Uh, Now, you might be wondering why Lisa Leslie? Well, Lisa Leslie has been considered a trailblazer. You know, Lisa she was one of the original faces of the WNBA, ladies and gentlemen. All right, when you thought of the WNBA, you thought of her. Let's not forget, she was like the first woman to dunk. It's pretty spectacular, right? Like that's pretty notable. Because again, a lot of people say, "Oh, we should lower the rim now." Blah 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 blah. That's helping breaking barriers. So again, we're talking about Lisa Leslie, ladies and gentlemen, a pioneer, as people call them. The dominance that she had. She was a three-time MVP, two-time champion, eight-time All-Star. She dominated on the basketball court for the WNBA and the Olympics. Again, this is an Olympic great that we're talking about. She didn't have six like Diana Taurasi, gold medals, but again, she was doing her thing. I want to say two, three, like four, maybe four. I think that's pretty good too, right? And then again, the mainstream appeal that we got the modeling gigs, the commercial endorsements, TV appearances for NBA All-Star Weekend, stuff like that. I understand why Lisa Leslie was pointed and mentioned as the most important WNBA player. But some players we got to consider, ladies and gentlemen, when we're talking about the most important player. Because again, there's a lot. There's a lot of ladies that we can talk about. It's a lot. Yeah. Dang. But some honorable mentions are such as Cheryl Swoopes, because she was often called the female Michael Jordan. Keep in mind, we talk about MJ pretty highly, don't we? So, I mean, she was also the first player to sign with the WNBA. That's pretty good, too. That's pretty important, right? Like, I think that's notable. And she was dominant as well. Again, if you're getting compared to as Michael Jordan, that's a tough honorable mention right there. How about a Diana Taurasi? Like, Diana Taurasi is considered the GOAT of the WNBA. She's considered the greatest pure scorer of the WNBA. Arguably one of the greatest competitors in league history. Played for 20 plus years. Like, come on now, dog. She has a notable career too. When we think of WNBA, you have to think of DT. But again, it is subjective, right? But again, that's why I'm listing the honorable mentions as well too. Candace Parker. Oh my gosh. Hey yo. We talking about another Sparks player right now, baby. You know what I mean? She was dominant her daggone self. Winning MVP rookie year. Ooh. It's tough. How about even nowadays, she's still relevant in sports. You could say she's more popular than Lisa Leslie. She's helped put the WNBA more on the map than Lisa Leslie nowadays, but there's also more viewership because of Lisa Leslie too, though. But again, Candace Parker should be viewed as one of the modern faces of the WNBA. So again, we got to talk about that. How about a Maya Moore? How about a Maya Moore? Well, because we can talk about her basketball play. We can talk about how she retired because of a social justice cause that ended up getting her husband. He wasn't her husband at the time. It just happened. But she helped out him, and that breeds some positivity right there. And then again, she was dominant on the court. Ladies and gentlemen, if she ain't retired early, we could be talking about Maya Moore as the GOAT easily. Like when I said best pure score about DT, we could have been saying that about Maya Moore. It's crazy. Or how about a Lauren Jackson, who I read off, right? Lisa Leslie's accomplishments, 3-time MVP, 2-time champ. Lauren Jackson was a 3-time MVP, 3-time champ, had Olympic accolades, and also was considered the rival of a Lisa Leslie. Now, it might not have been as popular as Lisa Leslie. So, the importance factor I hear from a entertainment perspective, from a relatable perspective, like people probably looked at Lisa Leslie as more dominant, even though both players dominated, and you can make the case that Lauren Jackson dominated more. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I do understand why Lisa Leslie is considered by this AI tool as the most important WNBA player ever. And a lot of people might actually consider her as the most important WNBA player as well. Again, there are a lot of players that you could consider as the most important. If you say another answer, I'm not going to say that's foolish, because I get it. I hear it. I understand it. A lot of these women are very important to the WNBA. What I won't understand, though, is if somebody ever says Caitlin Clark is the most important, we're going to fight right there on site. Swear to God. Like, we're going to have to scrap, bro, because ain't no way in the world a rookie or sophomore can be the most important player in the WNBA. I can't even say that about Paige Beckers. I'm a Paige Beckers fan. Come on now. Like, what are we doing here? So that's the only time I'm going to really be upset. And give that some time, too. Because what happens if Caitlin does end up becoming the most important WNBA player all the time? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see for all of those young players. But currently, right now, point in time, before the 2025 season has started, y'all heard my listings. Well, not mine, I guess, for the most important WNBA player. And again, I was trying to list off some of my initial list, right? Lisa was there. She was, in fact, my first person when I thought of, right? I also thought of Lauren Jackson, too, though, because, again, she was a rival. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, right? You could consider them. Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles. We can consider them. You can talk about Cheryl Swoopes. Like, there's so many players that you can mention. Tina Thompson, there's so many players, bro, that we can that we can mention. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm curious who y'all think is the most important WNBA player of all time. Because like I've said, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people right there. That was a lot of people hooping. That was a lot of people getting a bucket. I'm telling you right now. And y'all don't believe me, argue with your mom. But that does conclude the end of the episode. So I'm curious who you all believe is the most important WNBA's player of all time. And definitely let me know, 1, who, and then 2, why. But that's it, like I said. So until next time, but thank you all for listening. I greatly appreciate it. And please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. Hope you all are having a good one. Take care.